Hello, and thank you for joining us. President Trump is escalating his feud with the man he selected to lead the Federal Reserve back in 2017. The president told reporters at the White House today that Fed Chair Jerome Powell has done a terrible job leading the nation's top bank. He nominated Powell during his first administration, and former President Biden tapped Powell for a second term. But the relationship between Trump and Powell has quickly soured over policy disagreements and the pace of interest rate cuts. CBS News learned President Trump asked a group of House Republicans last night if he should fire Powell. That move would likely face legal challenges. Today, President Trump acknowledged the conversation did happen, but says he might not go that far.
I don't rule out anything, but I think it's highly unlikely unless he has to leave for fraud. I talked about the concept of fire him. I said, what do you think? Almost every one of them said I should. But I'm more conservative than they are.
Meanwhile, President Trump is also hoping to turn the page from convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Some conservatives want the Justice Department to release more documents related to the Epstein investigation. The president says Republicans should move on.
I call it the Epstein hoax. They're wasting their time with a guy who obviously had some very serious problems, who died 3-4 years ago. I'd rather talk about the success we have with the economy, the best we've ever had, and all of the things we've done. The sad part is it's people that are really doing the Democrats' work. They're stupid people.
CBS News senior White House correspondent Weijia Jiang joins us now. And Weijia, let's start with Jerome Powell. No love lost there. When did the president start to turn on him? And what do you think he wants to see in the next Fed chair?
Well, the president has been very critical of Jerome Powell, starting from when he was in office the first time around, and that was several years ago. In fact, during his first term, President Trump also weighed whether he should fire Powell. Now, remember, it was the president himself who nominated Powell, but, things quickly soured for the same reason that they are now, and that is because Powell does not act based on what the president wants. And Trump has made so clear, especially since he has taken office, that he believes the Fed should cut interest rates. Ironically, the reason Powell says that they haven't done that is because of the president's tariffs policy and all the uncertainty surrounding it. The fact that companies can't plan, the fact that countries don't know exactly what they are up against because the goalposts tend to shift. And so that is why the president continues to be frustrated that Powell is not responding to his many requests that they cut the interest rates.
And Weijia, I also want to ask you about the fallout over Jeffrey Epstein. CBS News reporter Olivia Rinaldi, our colleague, caught up with some voters in Western Pennsylvania where that issue is still top of mind. Let's take a look.
I want the list. I demand the list. America demands the list. There needs to be accountability. There needs to be justice, and that's the whole thing. You know, he said there was going to be transparency, and that's what we want. You know what I mean? We just come clean with it.
So many pictures of him with Epstein that I don't have a doubt that he's on that list. If somebody still has that list, it's still there someplace.
What do you sense is the president doing to try and change the subject there?
Well, he's threatening to fire the Federal Reserve Chair as an example. I mean, the president is really his own master communications director, and we have seen time and time again, beginning from his first time in office, that he tends to try to change the narrative by bringing something else to light. Now, obviously, it's uncertain if that's exactly what he is doing here, because obviously inflation and the economy are always top of mind. But that is something that he is putting focus on. He's also criticizing his own base and supporters, being very sharp with that criticism, posting on Truth Social, trying to send the message that, look, if you support me, then you're just going to move on from this and not buy into what he calls now a Democrat hoax. But as we just heard from our colleague, Olivia Rinaldi, who spoke to those people, this is top of mind for many of his supporters, Nancy.
Absolutely. Weijia Jiang, thank you very much.